Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry, had to, when I brought the camera downstairs, it was still connected to the upstairs Wi-Fi, and it didn't work real well. So I had to go ahead and put the Ethernet back in. Then I had to download it, and I heard a boom from upstairs, and I didn't know what it was. In my hurry to try and bring you guys live coverage, what happened is the pan of the chicken wings fell down, and the dog ate about 10 chicken wings. So now, I don't know how that works out. I was just looking up online what to do if your dog eats chicken bones. You got to watch this poop for the next couple of days to see if you see bone fragments. He, of course, seemed to be great and happy with the chicken wings, although they're a little spicy, but hopefully he's okay. Yeah, Willie Beeman, I'm sure, will be on here sometime soon. So hopefully Roscoe will be okay. I heard the boom, but I was trying to get reconnected, and hopefully he'll be okay. I hope he'll be okay. Yeah, football is finally here. Now I'm worried about the damn dog. Forgive me. I know eating is not right, but I haven't eaten all day. Can't blame the dog. So it's been a long day. I've been working, and I'm happy that football is finally here. This will be the first game that I have watched in my outdoor man cave, and even though it's about 78 degrees and humid, he's failing me as a son. No, I had 2 pans of them. One pan fell down, and he ate about half of them. So no, they're not off the floor. Well, welcome Family First, or Family First. I know it's got to be hard being in Eagle territory, being a Cowboy fan. I'm excited as can be about seeing our Cowboys. I cannot wait. It's been too long of an off season. Let me get Joe Boo a refill here. Well, the way he put him down, he certainly didn't seem to slow down much. I'm gonna steal some of Joe Boo's rum here after the dog scare. 78 is a dream. Well, I have not been watching the game because I've been cooking wings. I see the Doo-Doo Browns are up 7-3. Now, I will say I'm happy to see that. From what Cowboys Crunk said, Eli Manning looked like ass. So let me at least pull up the game and check out the stats. So what do you guys think about the outdoor Cowboys on deck stage here? At least I got my veggies, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the stats so far, the game stats, to see what we got. We got Cincinnati up 14-7 over the Bears. We got Buffalo tied with the Carolina 7-7. And we got Pittsburgh up 7-0 against the Eagles. Oh. Okay, let's see if we have game stats in here. Or if it's preseason, then they won't have them. Nope, no stats. Damn. Well, that sucks. Just hoping we at least see the game stats. I didn't get that comment. Well, the Giants are down 7-3 against the Doo-Doo Browns. I was hoping I could get game stats. Oh, yeah, here we go. Actually, let me look at something real quick here. Go back to the Giants. I believe Eli did play some. Now let's see. Eli was 4 of 7 for 26 yards. Barkley, 5 rushes, 43 yards. Not too shabby. Tyrod Taylor, 5 for 5, 99 yards and a TD. Damn. Johnson, 1 rush for 3 yards. So all of theirs has been through the air. Damn. Well, that's interesting. Okay. So Eli Manning had 7 passes and only got 26 yards. Okay. And they ended up with a field goal. Be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised that they even played Eli Manning. I mean, he's a veteran. He's been around forever. Why do you risk playing an Eli Manning in preseason? He's supposed to be a 2-time Super Bowl MVP. Do you really think he needs to work? Let's go back to the Eagles. No, I didn't see it. You know, here's the thing. Taco Bell bum. This is actually the first football that I've actually seen because I've been cooking and stuff, so I'm just trying to catch up right now, so maybe you guys can kind of fill me in. Let me go over and check the the highlights and see what we got there on that one. No, nothing on the highlights on that. Wow, dude, really? That Coke looks good. That rum and Coke looks good. Well, let me see if I can get you a better look at the chicken wings here. Yeah, it is cool to have football again. I'm happy as can be. I've been working. This has been actually out here part of my dream, and that is actually having my outdoor space out here. I've got the TV on over here. I've got the elements of outside. We've got food, of course. And, of course, my chicken wings. Let me go ahead and try one here. Forgive me for eating on air. I know it's not professional. I know it's not professional, but here we go. I can't blame Roscoe for stealing one. Oh, I love my chicken wings. Yeah. We're in mid-season form on the chicken wings. Just spicy enough. Forget Wingstop, forget Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm telling you, these are the real deal here as far as wings go. I was trying to focus in on the wings, buddy. Sorry, guys. I've worked all day. This is the first thing I've actually had all day, so it's really good. Eat that wing, 445. There you go. Well, the thing about Zeke Elliott, that's once you get on the Dallas Cowboys, you immediately are under the microscope and you get scrutinized like unbelievably. You know, here it is. Barkley is playing in his very first NFL game, a preseason game, and you would think that he's won multiple Super Bowls. The fact that people look at Zeke Elliott and just kind of discount what he's already done. Dude was 10th in the NFL last year rushing with 6 games less than most of the guys. Think about that. And this was in a season where his head wasn't into it because of the off-field issues of being suspended. Dude is going to come out and he's going to beast. Dak is going to play anyone. Well, I wouldn't expect to see the starters playing more than about a series. I'll be honest with you. I'd be surprised if they played him like the whole first quarter. That would really surprise me. Like, I'm surprised that Eli threw 7 passes in a game. Okay, so Barkley had a 39-yard run And then four. Oh, wow. So that's not quite. That doesn't sound quite as good as what we thought. Okay, so Barkley had. I'm looking at the wrong game. That's kind of interesting. Barkley had a 39-yard run, which is fantastic on his first run. But then he had 4 more carries and only got 4 yards. What do you guys think about that? 4 carries and got 4 yards, and he got 1 carry that got 39. So doesn't quite sound as good. Do I have a link? The game is going to be on NFL Network, and it may be on, let me see if it's on DallasCowboys.com. They may carry it on DallasCowboys.com. Or maybe not. Let me look up online here and see what I can find for. The first 3 games of the Cowboys for preseasons are all going to be on NFL.com, which is unbelievable. Let's see. Live streaming. How to watch and more. Let's see. The crystal clear image of. Yep, get away from there, fly. There'll be bootleg places. All I'm seeing is actually NFL Network, CBS 11 in Dallas, Radio 105 The Fan, CBS Sports app, and that's it. The Cowboys are favored by 3.5 points, and I'm going to eat one more wing. So, if you're not in Dallas, the only way you're going to be able to see it is on NFL Network, 10 o'clock Eastern. Damn, I love chicken wings. Keep in mind, the Cowboys, generally speaking, don't win preseason games. Well, I'm curious to see if they actually put Zeke in there tonight. I think we're going to see a lot of Bo, and we're going to see a lot of Smith as well. Well, Jason P., I got to tell you, I think there may be no player other than Jimmy Garoppolo who is already overrated. The expectations for him, the guaranteed contract, I'm thinking he's going to be a bust. I could be wrong, but it would not surprise me if he ended up being a bust. Stephen Willie Beeman, how do you have time to keep up with your Eagles when you're always on here? That's what I don't understand. Thank you, Rage Quilt. I appreciate the subscription and stuff on the channel. Oh my God, dude. Do you ever get tired of talking about my rear end? How many different profiles are you going to make? There are some sick puppies out there. Well, Mark, you think, wait a minute, you think everyone who isn't a Cowboy? I'm sorry, I don't understand that one. Who's our quarterback? I think Dak will play a series, and then, of course, we'll see Cooper Rush, and then we'll see Mike White. Willie's a closet fan. I think so. There you go. Yeah, Mr. Wright, I could definitely use some help out here, man. What a weirdo. Yeah, I definitely have some weirdos. But hey, it takes all kinds to make the world go round. On game days, definitely, because what I plan on doing, I'm a very visual person. I get ideas in my head and I can see what I want. Um, what you see actually out here, this is my outdoor space. I only have a couple of the cushions out here because I don't have a full house. But what I can't wait to have is to get John G over here, get the stinking New York Giant fan, get my friend Clarence, get E2 Blue, get Michael Anthony. We got the TV on over here. We're sitting out here chilling or having a round table talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Or we're inside the man cave there. I've got a 65-inch TV that's in there. The main TV, there's a TV over the bar, 32-inch, so we can have 6 people sitting around the bar. I've got, of course, my desk that's there with another TV. So there's plenty of TVs to be able to see the game. The really cool thing is I can fit 8 people right here. But also my deck, let me turn it a little bit here. Also my deck actually carries all the way over here. So you can put another 6, 8 people easily sitting over here that have a great view of the TV that's right there as well. So you can literally have a whole bunch of people. I started building a checkerboard table that also go in the middle so we can play checkers or chess or whatever games. And then, of course, hopefully I don't get X'd by the NFL. That's the TV setup that's over there with the cabinet for all the cushions and stuff in there. So, and of course, inside there is the inside man cave. So when the weather gets really cool in the fall, and we end up having, say, 15, 20 people over to watch the games, it'll be a great space to just kind of relax and so on. Yeah, you saw the toilet over there. That's the toilet that goes back in the bathroom when we get finished redoing the bathroom. It's not an outdoor toilet, because I know somebody's going to comment on that one and come up with some crazy stuff like that. Steaming, he's salty for sure, but not 1 year wonder. Okay. David Cruz, I pray that Dak shuts these haters up. It has been just relentless, the trash that we've heard about Dak Prescott. I mean, when I think about Brandon Wheaton and Matt Castle, I don't think they got this much venom, and those guys didn't win any games. We've won 22 games in the last 2 years, and yet these guys are talking like he's Quincy Carter 2.0. Well, sorry guys. When I originally built my man cave downstairs, which was 2005, we got a 50-inch TV, one of the first 50-inch flat screens. That thing weighed about 150 pounds. And I made it just for the size of that one. It had speakers on the side of it, but the biggest that I could fit into that space was a 65-inch. So that's as big as we got. So yeah, it's only a 65. Sorry, it's not anything bigger. It's only a 55-inch out here, but it'll do. Well, I'm way behind the moves. Okay. Yeah, Cedric Wilson, he is gone. He's actually back in Dallas. I think he was supposed to have surgery today or tomorrow. He is definitely done. He'll be on injured reserve, and don't know who we're going to have as a replacement just yet. But we already had so many wide receivers that he was going to get lost in the mix anyway. Well, I saw Cooper Rush do a lot of fumble snaps. I saw him throw a few interceptions. I saw him throw some nice passes. He's not bad. He still needs a whole lot more work and plays, as all of our guys do, Dak included. So he's not bad. Mike White would make a couple of good plays, and he'd make some really bad ones. He's definitely really, really raw. Well, I like that, Mr. Cool. Eagles suck, Giants are unstable, and Redskins are just pathetic. Did I get baked? No, I didn't get baked. It means getting high. Well, David Cruz, I actually like the fact that people are looking down on our Dallas Cowboys. That people are basically, saying we suck, we're not going to do anything, and everything else. Generally speaking, when our Cowboys are expected to play really, really well, we stink up the joint. It's the years that people aren't expecting anything. 2016, after Tony Romo went down, nobody thought the Cowboys would make 8-8, and they end up doing well. After 3 years of 8-8, and Tony Romo basically being about to be ready to be run out of town, and Jason Garrett basically on the hot seat losing play calling, nobody expected us to go ahead and win the division like we did. So I'm actually happy that people are downgrading our team and basically saying we suck. And right now, 4th and 2, the Browns end up getting a first down. They're in the red zone. And Brandon, I agree with you. I think that's going to be the downside again for the Giants. I think their offensive line is going to let them down. I know they got Barkley, but they needed stud offensive line to open up some holes. And Eli Manning is a quarterback that I think is about to hit the wall. When he feels pressure, Eli Manning goes for the turf. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's not taking hits anymore. And he can't get out of his own way. Mr. Wright, Giants will be very good. Okay. All right. I'll hold you to that one, okay? Amen, Raymond. Dak is my quarterback, too. How am I feeling about Noah Brown? I'll let you know after I see him actually playing in a game. I've heard some really good things about him, as well as Michael Gallup has been looking really, really good. But let's see how these guys do when they're actually playing in a game. Question for you guys. How is the signal and the clarity for the broadcast here? Just so I know for future reference. The sound quality, the picture, and things like that. It's probably getting a little bit dark, so I need to probably turn off some lights. Yeah, you're right. Against third stringers. That's the thing. It's preseason. A lot of people look good in preseason and they can't bust a grape during the regular season. And I'm sorry, but I got to grab me another wing. The wings are good. I love this Mevo camera. The thing I've got to do with this camera is I've actually got to buy. The great thing about this camera is it's 4K. I control everything from it with my cell phone. Sounds a little funny, but not bad. Everything is controlled with your cell phone, and you can do this anywhere with a cell phone signal. But in order to do it with editing, putting in clips and things like that, you got to spend close to $1,000 for the software to do that, which I'm going to do in the near future. But once you get that software, you can actually set up to 24 cameras. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to have cameras that are set up outside different locations inside the man cave and stuff. Michael Anthony is actually doing a game live stream right now. So actually we got 2 live streams going on from my house right now, believe it or not. Michael is kind of changing his focus. He's not doing so much updates with the Cowboys and things. He's actually doing a lot more Madden and gaming stuff and finding his own groove and things, and I'm really, really proud of him. Joe Boo needs to take a... No, Joe Boo's got his rum. We're good with that. But we're going to go for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to actually shut down and get everything set up inside, so that way we'll be live streaming from inside, watching the big TV. Well, Danny, we're just happy that football season is back, and I am ecstatic about my Cowboys. Regardless of what people say, I am ready for our Cowboys. for whatever this season breaks. For me to think that our Cowboys, hold on for a second here, let me turn on the lights here. To think that our Cowboys went 9-7 last year, in most years we would have made the playoffs. Let's turn on the lights there, get a little more lights going here. And my knees are killing me, so forgive me if I look like I'm walking funny. It's because my knees shot. Damn mosquitoes are eating my legs up. Damn mosquitoes are vicious out here tonight. All this damn rain, they're breeding like crazy. But to think that the Cowboys were 9-7 last season, most seasons 9-7 would actually get you in the playoffs. In fact, the New York Giants won the Super Bowl with a 9-7 season. The NFC has just gotten really, really good, and a lot of teams have been playing a lot better. Now, I honestly believe, when looking at the picture, because right now, the experts will tell you the Eagles are Super Bowl lock. They're the best team in the NFC. They're going back to Super Bowl. They'll tell you the Rams are fantastic. Rams are great. They're going to do it again. Great defense. Great offensive mind. Well built. Minnesota Vikings with Kirk Cousins. They're going to be great too. Atlanta Falcons, another two season Super Bowl, 2 seasons ago in the Super Bowl, 2 years in the playoffs. Atlanta Falcons are great. New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees. They're fantastic. So they basically have picked all of the teams that were playoff teams last year. They were all good last year. I can't deny that. They had some luck with scheduling. They stayed healthy. They played teams at the right times. They all made the playoffs. That's great that you picked them all for this year. But guess what? Last year, you said the Dallas Cowboys, great offensive line, incredible running back, stud young quarterback. Jason Garrett gets it. They're built well, ready for the long haul. They're a playoff team. New York Giants, Eli Manning, 2-time Super Bowl MVP. Brandon Marshall added to the mix with Odell Beckham and Sterling Shepard. Great defense, Super Bowl favorite. Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers, oh, the bad man. Definitely a Super Bowl favorite. Seattle Seahawks, 12th man. Russell Wilson, Legion of Boom defense, definitely a playoff team. And last year at this time, could you argue with that logic? It all sounded good. Giants had an incredible defense. They ended up beating the Cowboys twice, made the playoffs. You figured they'd improve, but they didn't. You figured we'd take off where we were last year, but we didn't. We had the Zeke Elliott situation. We lost Tyron Smith. We lost Sean Lee. You looked at Green Bay. Lost Aaron Rodgers. Down. Seattle. They lost a lot of players on defense. They missed Marshawn Lynch a lot more than they thought. And all of those teams that were playoff teams were no more. So when we look at this season now, you've got all the same scenario that we just had, knowing that only one team from the year before made the playoffs last year. So some of these teams we're looking at, the Rams, the Eagles, the Vikings, Carolina, New Orleans, Atlanta, half of those teams on average won't make the playoffs. I think the Rams were overrated. I think the Rams are going to be one of those teams that go down. I also think the Minnesota Vikings are one of those teams that are going to go down. I think the Philadelphia Eagles will still make the playoffs, but I believe they're going to be coming back down to earth. The secret's out. They don't have the schedule as easy as it was last year. Teams are going to be gunning for the Eagles, and I believe there's going to be a quarterback controversy. What's going to happen is Nick Foles is a streaky quarterback. More than likely, Nick Foles will probably start the season as a starting quarterback. Carson Wentz is going to want to get out there. And maybe he gets out there too soon. And if he does and looks bad, then it's going to be people calling for Nick Foles. But on average, in the NFC East, the team that wins the division, on average, since 2004, has dropped 3.5 games the next year. So is 9-7 possible for the Eagles? Yeah, it very much is. Raging Cajun, that's where people are going to always say that. Here's my thing, and I said this earlier when we were doing the prep. All those people who are saying he's an Uncle Tom, tell me what you're doing to make a difference. If you're doing something to make things better, then you have the right to go ahead and call him an Uncle Tom. But I can guarantee you, most of the people that are condemning him ain't doing jack. They're sitting around and complaining and saying, oh, Dak is an Uncle Tom. Well, what are you doing to fix the problem? What are you doing to make a difference? And if you're not doing jack, I ain't got nothing for you. And that's where I get right there. Maybe, but here's the thing though. When you get the crowd out there booing like crazy and all that, it makes a difference in the coaching. Because the bottom line is this. The fans in the stands matter. And when you get to the point where the fans are calling for somebody enough, and the team is doing bad enough, you start making those changes to try and keep the fans in the stands. So let's check in and see on the Eagles. Down 15-8. So Nick Foles didn't play. Of course, Carson Wentz didn't play. So they definitely are playing guys just to see what they have. Jay Ajayi did rush. 4 carries, 20 yards. It's 5 yards a carry average. That's not bad at all. So yeah, the Eagles didn't play any of their regular starters. Okay. 15-8 is what I got. Or am I wrong? I got 15-8 for the Eagles. $15-8 on the Eagle game. Baltimore 14-0 over the Lambs. Damn. And the Redskins 7-0 over New England. Well, we know Tom Brady's not playing. And that's a team that cares nothing about preseason. All right, let's get back to the Doo-Doo Browns with 13-3. See, one thing you kind of understand is with the cellar dwellers, preseason games mean a lot because you want to start off getting at least some moral victories and start trying to get the guys to feel good about what's going on. And some teams will go through and really try and win games, and that's Cleveland Browns. After being 0-16, any kind of win is important to those guys. I'm still surprised that Eli Manning played as much as he did. 3 out of 7 passes for 20 yards. Let's see. Steelers killing the Eagles. Yeah, but it's only preseason. They don't give out. Have I eaten squirrel? No, actually I haven't had squirrel. I got plenty of them around here. I could shoot one. Ooh, Geis is getting looked at for an injury. Uh-oh. Well, Cowboy Realm, if I could send you some, man, I would send you some. Stephen Willie Beeman, you're full of crap. Okay, okay. Some fans have been calling for Dak to be pulled since day one. So big deal. Dallas Cowboy fans were calling for Tony Romo to be cold as well. So what else is new? You trying to start stuff where there's not stuff. Rabbit meat, I've had it, kind of gamey, not crazy of it. Well, David, with the Patriots, you kind of wonder if Bill Belichick kind of sabotaged them because of the whole Jimmy Garoppolo situation, because he wanted to keep him. And you look at him, and you look at all the pieces they've let go. You kind of have to say, has he sabotaged them? Well, tonight the Cowboys, Barkley has 5 carries for 43 yards, which sounds good, but he had his first run was 39 yards, and then the next 4 were all for 1 yard. Definitely not a fan of deer. I like my steak, and I'm bison either. Bison burgers, no. Give me a good old piece of beef or some good old pork. The wings were good. I would like to eat the rest of them here, but I'm trying. I know it's not professional, as some people say, for me to eat and talk at the same time on air. It's not polite, but that's my dinner. That is homemade blue cheese dressing. I take some crumbled up blue cheese, take some sour cream, mayonnaise, buttermilk, some Worcestershire sauce, some ground mustard, some garlic powder, garlic salt, a little bit of pepper, and parsley in it. And it makes a nice thick. You make that at home, you will never eat blue cheese in a bottle again. Baker Mayfield is definitely having a good game, but, you know, it's kind of against second string guys. Don't get too excited. It's only preseason. It's on NFL Network. The Cowboys will be on NFL Network at 10 o'clock Eastern as well. Either way, forget the haters. What kind of rum do I like? Depends on my mood. If the Cowboys have been terrible and I just need to get drunk, I'll drink some Bacardi Black. My rum that I like to drink and sip is Zaya rum. Zaya is really good. It's a Guatemalan rum. Or when I'm really getting the bottle for Jobu, I get that Ron Zappa XO, which is like 25-year-old rum. It's really, really mellow and smooth, but will knock you on your ass. So it just depends. So on which, on my mood, I guess you say. But there's not too many bad rums. But Bacardi Oak Barrel is actually a pretty good, inexpensive rum, as well as their Black Label is actually a really good rum as well. Ron Zappa is the stuff, man. Of course, that's Captain Morgan's. Not so much. I'm not a big Captain Morgan fan. Don't copyright me. Am I a diehard or just a fan? You tell me. What do you think? Go around the country with a Dallas Cowboy voodoo doll at 53 years of age. I built an outdoor area with cowboy blue colored pillows and, of course, silver colored tile. The fire pit has Cowboys blue glass in it. My indoor man cave is cowboy themed. I wake up every morning and do a Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboy video talking about what happened late at night, middle of the night, into yesterday. Before I go to bed, I do a final word on the Dallas Cowboys report. And in between any breaking news on the Dallas Cowboys I do, I went to California to visit my daughter in a training camp. I went to the draft in Dallas, drove an RV, 2,600 miles total, tailgated, served about 300 fans, have two, not one, but two stones in the walkway around the stadium in Dallas. So am I just a fan or am I a fanatic? I say I'm a die-hard fanatic. Well, I believe that too. Surprise, the Cowboys will depart from their normal routine and play Dak. Well, here's the thing with Dak. At least we learned something big against the Atlanta Falcons, and that was that Dak can take a hit and pop back up. If it was Tony Romo, you wouldn't want him anywhere near the field because you know one shot and he's done. They'll probably play some really safe plays. They won't really put him out. They're not going to run him and things. And quite frankly, I would love for him to go out, have two good series, throw the ball, and shut everybody the hell up because I'm so sick of seeing all the articles that Dak looks bad in practice. Dak is having a bad camp. Is it time to push the panic button? And I'm sick and tired of all these Cowboy fans that say, trash Dak, get rid of him, he's a bum. Tell me, please tell me, where are you planning on finding a quarterback? I know everybody thinks Cooper Rush, Mike White. Let's get real now, guys. Let's get real. They ain't ready. Take a look from Troy Aikman to Tony Romo. How many stiffs we went through. How many bums, so-sos, never have been, and past their prime, scrubs. Tell me how many guys have won back-to-back winning seasons with the Dallas Cowboys since our last Super Bowl. How many? I'll wait. To know that the Arizona Cardinals are paying Sam frickin' Bradford, the most overpaid player probably ever in the damn NFL, $20 million. And you know that guy won't make it through 2 games. $20 million. $20 million for Sam Bradford. That a Kirk Cousins, who Dak Prescott has beat every single time, 4 times, is getting $29 million. We are fortunate enough that we got him in the 4th round, didn't have to give up a king's ransom to draft him. And is only getting paid $750,000, which has enabled us to get our cap in order, to us to absorb Tony Romo, who's been leaving body parts all over the field. Maybe not being the answer for the Super Bowl. But I got to tell you one thing. He is a blessing in disguise. If we had to do what the Eagles did, trade up and try and get a quarterback, or what if we had gone for Paxton Lynch and moved up? Other guys we would have had not on the team because we traded to get him, and the dude ends up being a stiff. I am sick and tired of hearing about all you trolls and Dak haters that hate Dak Prescott. 22 wins in 2 seasons. You guys think just because we're the Dallas Cowboys, we're entitled to be perfect, 16-0 every year. It don't work that way, dudes. Tony Romo was great, but you know what? Tony Romo didn't lead us to a Super Bowl either. Tony Romo had 2 playoff wins. So get out of here with all this stuff. And you know what? If you want to hate Dak Prescott, go right ahead. But take that garbage someplace else. Because I'm here about being positive about my Dallas Cowboys and believing in them. This negativity that has been going on since the end of last year, every single day. Dak sucks. Get the bum out. Go someplace else with that crap. I'm tired of it. Sick and tired of it. Let's see what the man does. And if he sucks up the place, I'll be the first one to say, he sucked today. We need to make a change. But I'm not going to go here every single day trashing the damn man. I mean, seriously. And to hear this whole crap of, well, you can't win without Zeke Elliott. Do you think Roger Staubach wins the Super Bowl without Tony Dorsett? Do you? Do you think Troy Aikman, who only had one season with 20 or more touchdown passes, wins the Super Bowl without Emmitt Smith, the all-time leading rusher? Do you? Do you think the Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl without the running game they had last year? Do you? Aaron Rodgers has been playing out of his mind without a running game. But has he won the Super Bowl since not having a running game? Drew Brees has thrown 5,000 plus yards, I believe 4 times. 3 of those seasons were 7 and 9. It's more than just a damn quarterback. And oh, by the way, you do realize during the 90s when we won those 3 Super Bowls, we had the #1 ranked defense, right? You do understand that. And back in Roger Staubach's day, we had this group that was known as the Doomsday Defense. It's more than just one guy. It's a team collectively. And the Dallas Cowboys identity forever and probably always will be, it's a run, ball control team with great defense. That has been the winning formula that they've had. We've had great offenses and haven't had the defense to go with it. We've had great rushing seasons, didn't have the running game to go with, the defense to go with it. Right now, we have the opportunity, I believe, to have a really great defense, the best defense that we've had in a long time. It's missing one piece that I'm hoping we get, and that's Earl Thomas. But we get that great defense, it takes some of the pressure off the offense and allows us, when the offense has a game that's not so good, that the defense takes up the slack. The problem our team has had is the offense has always had to take up the slack for the defense, and it can't carry both sides of the ball all the time, especially not into the playoffs. So get the hell off of Dak's back. Phew. Damn. Well, I appreciate that, man. Although I need to put a little bit more light out here because it's a little bit dark now. But I appreciate it. Earl the Pearl. I got you hyped. I'm glad I got you hyped, man. I'm excited because we are only 1 hour and 30 minutes away from kickoff. Oh, man. Well, sometimes with football, we all get into what the record is. This team won 12 games last year. Okay. Well, the Cowboys only won 9. But, oh, Rod, really, Ron? You're a new subscriber and you're still talking about my booty hole? Okay. Breaking news, stop talking about Earl Thomas and stop disrespecting Dak. Okay. I didn't know that was breaking news because that's always been on here. We had a couple of games that could have gone either way. I look at the Atlanta game, the Ryan Switzer fumble was the turning point. If that fumble hadn't happened, we would have won that game, flat out. I look at some of the other games where Zeke was gone and we abandoned the run. We could have won some of those games. I look at the Green Bay Packer game where we left too much time on the clock and Aaron Rodgers goes down the field, they win. A play here and a play there, this team is 11-5 and in the playoffs. Seattle, oh. Bosch will argue with me about the Seattle game because I say first and goal from the 2-yard line, you run Zeke Elliott, who was just back from suspension, healthy, and wanting to make some noise, but you passed him. Bosch says, well, they could have executed the play, it would have been a great call. Well, maybe, but I still say you run Zeke Elliott. Then to have second down from the 2 and you pass again, I look at that as what the hell are you doing? We get that touchdown there. We win that game in Seattle. We're 10-6. or if Des Bryant hadn't had the meltdown and ended up fumbling, we've been in a better position to win that game. Any of those games, any one of those games, all of a sudden we're 10-6, and the conversation is completely different on the Cowboys. And that's true for a lot of teams. The Rams, if you look at the Rams' schedule, they had some games that they could have lost, and we could have been looking at a team that was 8-8 instead of what they were. It's a thin line between you being good and bad, and that's where I say a lot of these teams had some luck. They had some easier schedules. They're going to come back down to earth. I'm excited. Our team competed, for the most part, almost every single game, with the exception of the Atlanta Falcons was about really one of the few ones that you looked at and said, we just suck. The fact that we had 2 games back-to-back that we scored 30 points at home and lose tells you all you need to know. Your defense should be able to keep people under 30 points. I'm kind of losing some of the comments and stuff in here. Hey, Rage Quote, I'm going to tell you, it's you can only use it outside, that deep fryer. But it's made by Bayou Classic. They have a couple different sizes of it. It takes 4 gallons of oil in it. But I'm telling you, I have cooked popcorn shrimp in there. Literally, it's like 1 minute, boom, they're done. I've cooked fish in that sucker. The cool thing about it is it's got a V bottom on it. So all of the crumbs and stuff go down low, and it shoots hot gas, which is like literally about 10 inches above it. So if you end up having a lot of crumbs and stuff, it doesn't end up screwing up the oil. It doesn't get burnt into it. And that sucker heats up 5-6 minutes and it's ready to go. I did not see his first run. I wish I had. I'm curious to see if it was like wide open and like anybody could have run it, or if he broke a lot of tackles in there. Yeah, the Bayou Classic, they have some really good stuff. I've got actually a single burner up there that I used on the wings too. That's the Bayou Classic Raw, and I've had that thing for probably 10 years. Yeah, well, some of you guys are trolling me now. Cam Billings, no, I didn't see that. Congratulations on him, retweet. You know, that's one of those things that I wish would happen to me, but nobody ever retweets me. Michael had Rico like one of his posts. Cowboys Crunk had Earl Thomas and Kevon Frazier retweet him and things like that. That's my dream, is to have one of those guys do that for me. It was wide open. Okay. So, yeah, I'm definitely, we know we'll see that in all the highlights. Well, Cameron, here's the thing, though. Unfortunately, with the trolls, when you kick them out or you delete them, they just make a new profile, and it kind of pisses them off, so then they come back with even more force. I do not have any friends coming over tonight because it's 10 o'clock on a work night, and everybody has to get up and go to work, and the traffic and stuff around is terrible our way. Here comes Roscoe. He's still wagging his tail, so hopefully the chicken wings aren't bothering him too much. How you doing, Roscoe? 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 When I was bringing the camera downstairs, Roscoe ended up knocking the pan over and eating quite a few chicken wings. Are you okay? And who's this coming down the steps? That's Michael. Michael must be finished doing his live stream. Say what? T.O. broke your game. How did T.O. break your game? Oh, okay. Man, I guess guaranteed that was a crazy team. A team of all T.O.s? I'm not sure I'd want to play that one. '49ers ass. Well, I tell you what we're going to do, guys. We're going to end this stream right here. I'm going to go up and get set up inside so that way I can watch the game. It's getting kind of dark out here. Clean up my stuff from here, finish eating dinner so that way I don't have to eat in front of you. and we've got an hour and 27 minutes until kickoff. I will be back in 1 hour to start my live stream, and we'll be inside the man cave. So, guys, thank everybody for joining in. I can't wait. Actually, the weather's actually getting nice out here now. It's actually cooled down some. Should I watch out here or should I watch inside? You gonna watch the game? You might. Michael says he might watch the game. Okay, I'm definitely gonna watch the game. What wide receiver? Michael Gallup. Platinum R, we'll be back in 1 hour. I got to set up inside so that way I'll have my regular screen up here and everything good to go. So we'll be able to really get into the game. And is that my beautiful bride? Well, hello, honey. We had a little problem today. I was showing everybody how I do my chicken wings, and I had the live stream camera upstairs. I brought it downstairs, and unfortunately, the pan of chicken wings fell down, and Roscoe ate about 10 chicken wings. Dogs are supposed to eat chicken. The bones. Chicken bones. Because they shatter. So we got to watch this poo for the next 3 days. Why are you looking at me like? Probably from the chicken wings? Okay. My wife says I have something in my teeth. Oh. Yes. Yes, the camera's right there. Okay. So, that's my, yes, Steamin' Willie Beeman, that's my wife. Yes, smiley, kissy face, kissy face. But we're going to go ahead and end this stream right now so we can get set up on the inside. We've had a ball. Thank everybody for tuning in, watching the New York Stinking Giants. And we're going to get ready to see our Cowboys in 1 hour and 25 minutes. So I'll see you guys shortly.